I am Rohan Sharma, your mentor in this program. Today we discuss bonds and debentures. In this lecture, we discuss in detail about bonds and debentures, who they are issued, what are the purpose behind it, how the investor get benefited out of it, what is the risk and other criteria applicable on bonds and debenture. So we discuss in detail about bonds and debenture in this lecture. Let's discuss with bond. A bond is a formal contract to repay borrowed money with interest at a fixed interval of time. Either it may be semi-annual or annual or sometimes monthly also. Bonds provide the borrower with external funds to finance the long-term investments, or in case of government bonds, to finance the current expenditure. So if any company or government wants some funds for long-term investment or long-term purpose, then they can issue bonds. In bonds, the interest is normally called as coupon and the term is called as maturity. We subcategorize bond into four major parts. The first is corporate bond, that is issued by private corporates. Then capital gain bonds, it is basically for the purpose of tax saving. Then debentures and the tax-free bonds. So we discuss all four kinds of bonds in detail. Corporate bonds are a form of debt financing. They can be a major source of capital for many businesses. Along with equity, bank loans and a line of credit, bond is also a major source for capital. Generally speaking, company need to have some consistent earning potential to be able to offer debt securities to the public at a favorable coupon rates. That means if the company need a long-term finance, he can issue certain kind of certificates or bonds to the general public, and general public will entitle this bond as a part of investment. If the company perceive credit quality is higher, then it can become easier to issue more debt at lower interest rate. That means if the company has a good credibility, they can offer you at lower interest rates bonds, and if the company have a low credibility, then they can issue at a higher interest rate bond. That means the risk along with the return will be vary according to the credibility. When the corporation need a very short-term capital boost, they may sell commercial papers. So if the company want for the long-term finances, they can issue bonds. If the company look for the short-term finances, they can issue commercial papers, which is very similar to the bonds, but typically the maturity will be 270 days or less. So if I look for a long-term financing, we can issue corporate bonds. If I look for a short-term finances, then company will issue a commercial papers. Now we discuss capital gain bonds in detail. The long-term capital gain is the gain derived out of the sale of an asset held more than a year. So if any asset that we hold for more than a year and we sell it on profits, then it can create a long-term capital gain. That means we can create a gain by selling a capital asset. You can invest the gain in a certain specific bonds to claim tax exemptions within 6 months. So today if I sell an asset and I make some capital gain, within 6 months from the date of the sale, we have to invest in certain specific bonds. Save tax on long-term capital gain by investing in 54 EC bonds. The 54 EC bond itself is called as capital gain tax bonds. Such bond is issued by PSUs, public sector undertakings like Rural Electrification Corporation, National Highway Authority, and so many PSUs companies that raise the long-term finances, and the people who want to save the tax on long-term capital gain, they have to invested within a specified time. Capital gain arising on the sale of assets such as land, buildings, or both can be considered as a tax exemption by investing in such kind of bonds. Such capital bonds are non-transferable and not negotiable. You don't negotiable on the price, and such bonds are never be transferable from one person to another. No TDS, but the interest is earned as taxed. AAA credit rating by ICRA, CRISIL and Indian Rating and Research Private Limited. So such bonds are 100% safe in that sense. Maximum investment is 50 lakh rupees. You don't get more than 50 lakh rupees of investment to get a tax exemptions. Maximum of 500 bonds can be bought at 1000 rupees per bond value is there. Annual interest rate is 5.7%. Tenure of the bond is 5 years, and availability in physical as well as in the demat form. So capital gain tax basically used to save the long-term capital gain tax, and it can provide you the tax exemption under 57 EC bonds. Now we discuss tax-free bonds. The income by way of interest on these bonds is fully exempted from tax and shall not be a part of your total income. That means if I invest in any of the tax-free bonds and we earn the interest, there is no tax applicable on it. These bonds are generally issued by government-backed entities and have a very low default risk. As the government is giving you the guarantee, then the default risk will be lower. These bonds can be applied in physical or in a dematerialized mode. These bonds generally with the long tenures of 10 years, 15 years or maybe for 20 years. However, these bonds can be traded on the listed exchanges if the demat mode is applicable. There is no upper cap on investment on these bonds. You can invest any amount of fund that you want to park. Retail individual investors get higher interest rate so far as the individual and HUF are eligible for the higher rates. The maximum investment amount for them is 10 lakh rupees. The interest offered is a benchmark to the government securities or similar maturity subject to laid down by the CBDT. These bonds, however, do not provide any additional tax benefits. So anything that you earned from these bonds are tax free. Now we discuss the debentures in detail. Debentures are also a debt instrument used by the company or government to issue the loan. The loan is issued to corporates based on their reputation at a fixed interest rate. Debenture is also known as bond sometime. Companies use debenture when they borrow the money at a fixed interest rate for its expansion. Majority bonds or debentures will be issued by PSUs or either non-banking financial companies. There are several categories of debentures like secured or unsecured debentures, registered or bearer debentures, convertible or non-convertible debentures, and first or the second debentures. So we discuss all category of debenture in detail. The debentures are categorized on the basis of various criteria, and we discuss these criteria in detail. The first criteria is redemption, or we can call as tenure. So there are two types of debentures which are depend on the tenure. First is redeemable and another one is irredeemable. Redeemable debentures carry a specific redemption on the certificate. The certificate itself mentions that this debenture is issued for how much time. The company is legally boundable to repayable the principal amount to the debenture holders on that date. The date which is mentioned on the certificate will be the final date for the maturity or redemption. Irredeemable bonds do not carry any date of redemption, no specific time of redemption either on the liquidation or as per the terms. That means this is a type of debentures which don't carry the date of redemption. Then the next criteria is convertibility. So we categorize on the basis of convertibility. The debentures are convertible debentures or non-convertible debentures. Convertible debentures holders have the option of converting their holding into equity shares. Further classified into two, either fully convertible or a partly convertible. It is an option with the customer or the investor that after a certain period of time he can fully convert their principal and interest or maturity amount into equity, or they can move for a partial movement for partial conversion for equity and remaining for the repayment of amount. Non-convertible debentures is the simple debentures which have no option to getting converted into equity. This means that the investor put the money in debenture and they get back the money along with the interest. Then the third criteria is security. Either the debenture will be categorized into secured or unsecured. Secured means the company assets are in attachment with the debentures. If any case, if the company is unable to pay, their assets are auctioned and the amount will be repaid to the debenture holders. That means the company raised the fund on the basis of collateral security. Unsecured debentures means the company issue the loan without any having security. That means the investor putting the money only on the basis of financial condition or company's financial positions. If in any case, if the company is unable to pay the debt, then it is very problematic in conditions for the investors. The unsecured debentures carry higher interest rate because there is a default risk involved in it. Then the fourth criteria is transferability or registration. We can define the debentures on the basis of transferability or registered, like registered debentures or maybe a unregistered debentures. Registered debentures means the name, address and other holding details of the investor will be described in the register of debenture. These debenture holders are called as registered debenture holders. Whereas the unregistered or the bearer debenture holders, the company transfer by means of the delivery to the new holders. That means the registered debenture holder can easily transfer to somebody else, and they consider as good currency notes due to the ease of transferability. Like the currency notes which don't have any bearer, they can easily transfer from one person to another person. The same way the debentures have not bear any name. That means you can transfer the debentures to anybody. So they can also convertible, we can call as they are the marketable debentures also. Then on the criteria of interest rates, the charge of interest rate, we can categorize the debentures either the fixed interest rate, fixed coupon debentures, or we call as floating coupon debentures. Fixed debentures are called as have a fixed interest rate over the life of the debenture. The coupon rates are never be changed throughout the time. And the floating rate debentures have floating rate of interest which is depend upon the benchmarks, say as LIBOR or prime lending rates. If they are changed, then your coupon rate or the rate is also changed. Then the next criteria is no coupon rates, and this coupon rate have a specific name of zero coupon rates. The zero coupon rates does not carry any coupon rate, no interest would be received. All interest amount will be reinvested into it. The specific rate will be there and the company will issue the debenture at a very heavy discounts. It means the company will issue the bonds or debentures at 40 rupees, and after a 3 years or 4 years span, the company will give you 100 rupees. That means they can redeem at par. Then on the basis of mode of redemptions, we can define the debentures called callable bonds or debentures, or we call as puttable bonds or debentures. Callable bonds means the company has a right to redeem the debentures between at a premium to the investor. That means no time frame is there. The redemption conditions will be kept with the company. The company has the right that they can redeem at any point of time. The puttable debentures means the debenture holders have the right to redeem their debentures at any point of time. They can ask the principal repayments, as the power will be done with the debenture holders. So they all are called as puttable bonds. So callable bonds have a right with the company, and the puttable bonds have a right with debenture holders. I hope so you enjoyed this debenture and bonds lecture. If we conclude the debenture and bonds, we can categorize into three parts. The first important thing is the debenture and bonds are generally issued for long-term horizon. The second thing is this: we have to check the credit ratings before applying for any bond or debenture. And the third important thing, there are various categories of debentures and bonds. You have to think twice before investing in any debentures and